Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt with our Wednesday workout. Let's begin with 2 rounds through the following sequence for a warm-up. 8 reps of each direction leg swing on each leg. So I'm going to start off with forward and reverse leg swings on my left leg, then do forward reverse leg swings on my right leg. Then I'm going to do lateral leg swings on my left leg, and then lateral leg swings on my right leg. Okay, so all 4 directions. A 15-second deep squat stretch at the rig. So one of our principles for movement is when you are warming up, I want you to exceed the loaded range of motion, right? So this is lower than I would naturally go in a thruster or a front squat or a back squat. And the purpose of that is to teach your nervous system where the safe places to be are, right? And so then when I'm loaded, I know that my nervous system is not guarding that lower position of the squat, and that enables more of my muscles to fire when I get down there. And I'm not intentionally going to go that low when I squat. I'm controlling the range of motion instead of having my nervous system like freaking out and telling me fear and like positioning my joints in a way that's not optimal for the movement, right? So exceed the normal range of motion when you're doing your warm-ups, and then pull back on that when you get to your actual loaded movements, right? Next one is an archer stretch. So you're just stretching out shoulders and triceps, reach over the top of your head. So reach down the middle of your back and pull your elbow up and across when you do that. Next, we're gonna do some power jumps. So 8 power jumps, 4 squat jumps, and then 4 air thrusters. So power jumps is from the power position up and then retreat right back into that power position. Okay, up and then immediately land. After you get through with 8 of those, we'll go all the way into a squat, jumping squats, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then after the jumping squats, air thrusters, right? So you can see a lot of that is about that explosive hip drive and moving from the upright position back down into a power or a squatted position. Ideally, that should help us when we go to perform the thruster. Last one are just some walking knee hugs and walking quad pulls for the legs. Then we're gonna go into 3 to 4 minutes of warming up thrusters. So the thruster movement today is going to be from the rack, and I'll tell you why in a minute, but front rack position, take my big step back, squat, extend and press, right? And make sure that the extension of those hips leads right into the jump of that bar off my shoulder. So it's okay if I'm going slow down here, but up top, I gotta be fast in order to launch that bar off my shoulders, right? And the way we're doing the format for today is going to be 10 doubles every 30 seconds, right? So every 30 seconds, you're gonna start a new set. So that's why we're gonna say we can go from the rack today because I don't want you to have to worry about the clean or getting it up to your shoulders or taking a stance or anything like that. I want you to be able to just pick it up, do your 2 thrusters, and put it right back in the rack. So it's a short amount of work and then a short amount of rest, and it should be a very challenging percentage. The first few rounds might not feel like anything's going on, like, oh, I could keep going if I wanted to. But by the time you get to like set number 6, 7, and 8, you should be really struggling. And try very, very hard not to drop the weight when you get tired, and try not to miss the interval when you get tired, all right? So every 30 seconds, doing 2 reps, 10 total sets, 5 minutes, and we're out of there, right? After that, the bar can stay in the rack. We'll bump up the weight a little bit. We're doing back rack lunges, and I have a superset for you, but with the back rack lunges, it's as if I'm doing a back squat, and then you can choose if you want to step forward and tap the ground or step backwards and tap the ground. I prefer stepping backward because I like the way that it loads my hips up a little bit better. And then your superset. So Cossack squat, you can do these at the rig, right? But try to get all the way down to that bottom position. So the leg that's sticking out, that toe is in the sky, the knee is straight. My other leg, I want to see the hamstring sitting on top of your calf at the bottom, and then extend your hips all the way up in the middle. The coach's challenge is the Cossack plate drag. This significantly increases the difficulty, so just beware. You don't have to do it with a 10-pound plate. You can do it with a 5-pound plate or something lighter. But I'll start with the plate should be on the inside of the leg that's straight, right? I'm gonna go down into my squat, and then as I stand, I'm gonna stand and drag this plate towards my other foot, and then step out, knee bent, all the way down again. So the plate is near the leg that is straight. I'm I'm gonna step up and drag that plate back to the middle, right? So you'll feel a lot of tension on those adductor muscles in the groin when you do that. Give it a shot, see if you like it. And that's it for this Wednesday. Have a great one. See you guys on Thursday.